We have three pre-employment projects here on offer for residents. We have the bike maintenance, we have grow your own fruit and vegetable, and we also have a building skills construction project. It's been a long held belief of mine to try and focus on the people that I work with, come into contact with, to focus on their strengths and try to utilise that to help motivate them to be involved in things. Key for me is belief that people, they have it in themselves to make positive changes in their lives, and that can never seem more harder than when you're in a hostel and your life can seem to be in a very difficult position. When I arrived here 5 years ago, we had a volunteer who was in his spare time sort of taking bike donations and selling them and donating the money to changing lives, and realised there's a great opportunity to provide bikes to people who are struggling with social exclusion, isolation, transport costs, etc. And over the last 5 years we've given out 110 bikes. We've also sold many bikes and raised over £6,000 that's been donated back into changing lives. Throughout that period as well, we fix people's bikes. They regularly bring bikes to us with maintenance issues, punctures, tyres are shredded, gears are broken. Each of those moments, it'll be a teaching moment if that's welcome to them. If they want to learn how to do it themselves, we will show them. If they aren't that interested, we will still fix it for them. The hostel was a really tough place to be, whilst you're also dealing with a number of other issues that are impacting you. So the ability to be able to go out the gate, take your bike, go to appointments and go and see friends and family, they can feel like they've got a way to travel independently. So vital.
I'll lock it up and I appreciate that. Nice one, Sam.
Catch you later, mate.
Thank you, see you later. See you.
So the garden project was built on the success of the bike project in raising money through selling bikes, that I was able to buy a greenhouse. And then from that, working with residents and donations from builders merchants, we built a number of raised beds that are wheelchair accessible, and that began a planting programme. And it was very kind of ad hoc. It was drawing on the interests and experiences of residents and what they have done in their junior years, or what they did with their grandfathers, and all kinds of great stories were coming out from people about their past lives. And from there we have developed this great space, kind of a mini allotment, and with a bit more targeted planting. We are now planting specific vegetables and fruits and herbs, and last year that was feeding into a 6-week training programme in one of our kitchens. So again, residents were taking food directly that we produced, and they were learning life skills using that food to develop meals in the kitchen. Just win-win.
So before I had done loads of gardening at my dad's, and I actually had a herb garden, and I really struggled before because I didn't really know what to do. It was just a bit of a hobby, and nothing ever grew. But now I've learned what I can do. I could probably get a garden and everything will start to grow a lot more frequent. There's a lot of a situation where there's a lot of people get quite lonely. I've been there myself, and because of the gardening I've ended up cheering up quite a lot. Here is where you can just relax and have quiet kind of time, because you need a quiet time in the hostel really.
So we are currently building a building skills workshop. It's been built almost entirely by residents and ex-residents who I have worked with in the past. And once it's complete, it will then be a peer mentoring workshop where current and ex-residents will enable younger ones to come through and try out some key employment areas around construction.
But we've got one here.
Okay, so from the top of this piece to the underside of that button,
We reckon 6
roughly
inches, 6.5.
This has largely been done on the cheap because I've been persistently going to various builders merchants and with my hands out seeking donations, and I think we probably got about 2/3 of the materials and costs have been given to us. So that's great.
If you start going again there, but you just want to
The project is driven by some sort of key fundamental principles. First of those is inclusion. You know, all residents are welcome to get involved at a time that they feel able to do so. And of course, motivation is a huge issue for people where they've got so many other issues going on. The fact that we're here, we're constant, and they know that they don't have to turn up 10 times in a row. They can turn up once and then not come back for weeks, but they can still come back. That sends a really positive message to people that we will always be here when you feel able to get involved. So having believed that there's positive change within your grasp,
Is that 260?
these projects are really kind of geared towards people to reconnect with their own wider identities, their histories, not just be the sum of their issues that are going on at the moment. They can also be someone who's pursuing interests, someone who wants to learn new skills and gain new knowledge. And if that leads to them maybe thinking about returning to work or want to do further volunteering with third partners or go onto a training program, that's great. If it's just something that makes them feel good about themselves and it's giving them something, you know, interesting and fun to be involved with and how they spend their time whilst they're dealing with all their issues, that's also great.